It's that time of year, baby. Let's go. All right, welcome back to Dom Spot, everyone. If you haven't joined us for, obviously, it's been a run. This is episode 33. I'm making one this week. And that will be non-March Madness. But on today's episode, pretty self-explanatory. The bracket. The bracket that I posted on social media. I have to film this quickly, but we'll get it done right now. But this year I have a lot of bets though, so looking forward to this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, running through my main bracket. I made a couple brackets. I'm trying to get one perfect. I believe in this bracket a lot though. Here we go. Bracket 1, the first matchup of the Eastern region. Now listen, this is the toughest region by far. The team I'm giving it to, I'm going to go through this region. I'm going to go through all of them, and then I'll break them down as fast as I possibly can. Duke, Siena, I have Duke. Ohio State, TCU, I have Ohio State. St. John's, Northern Iowa, I have St. John's. Louisville, South Florida, I don't believe in that upset, so I'm going to go Louisville here. Michigan State, North Dakota State, I'm going Michigan State here. UCLA, UCF, from last year, guys, you know I am not sold on UCLA. Let's go, baby. Moving on. UConn, Furman, I'm going UConn. Florida versus the playing game, obviously, we know. Florida, this is, by the way, the South region now. Clemson, Iowa. Listen, I learned my lesson last year from taking Clemson in the first round. For those people who actually saw that happen, I'm going Iowa here. I mean, Clemson versus McNeese last year was a disaster. I don't know why I even picked them. Vanderbilt, now McNeese. What team I was just talking about, I'm still going Vanderbilt here. I know I'm scared of that pick, but I believe Vanderbilt, a team that just went to the ACC final, there's no way they're not winning a first-round matchup versus McNeese. Nebraska, Troy, now two teams that haven't won a March Madness game. I'm going Nebraska here. I'm not playing it crazy. So far, I don't have an upset yet. That's when it gets interesting. UNC, VCU, I believe in UNC this game. Illinois versus Penn, I'm going Illinois. St. Mary's, Texas A&M, St. Mary's, and then Houston, Idaho, Houston. So for the first two regions, I base off seeding. The only upset I really had was Iowa, which is not really an upset because it's an 8-9 game. But every other game pretty much based off the seeding. But the other side of the bracket is where it gets interesting. Only 3 minutes in, we're Arizona taking on LIU. I still think Arizona's going to win that. Villanova, Utah State. I am going Nova, baby. Wisconsin, High Point. If you are not taking High Point here, a guy named Chase Johnson on High Point has been fantastic this year. Fantastic. I'm going High Point here with the upset over Wisconsin. Let's go, baby. Arkansas. Oh, I don't even know what I was saying there. The Razorbacks in Arkansas. Not Arkansas. Is it Arkansas? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Hawaii, Arkansas. Going Arkansas here. BYU versus the playing game. I'm going BYU here. Gonzaga taking on Kennesaw State. I'm going Gonzaga here. Miami, Florida taking on Missouri. I'm going Missouri here. Ladies and gentlemen, and then Purdue, Queens, we go Purdue. For the first three regions, not much upsets. But here's where it gets kind of wacko. Actually, I don't like that. I'm gonna make a change here in my bracket because I've been debating about Akron or Texas Tech. Oh, camera came out. I'm gonna go. Michigan obviously is gonna win their game. St. Louis over Georgia, I believe in that one. Akron, Texas Tech, ladies and gentlemen, without JT Toppin, this Akron team is gonna win this game here and move on. Hofstra, Alabama. Give me the Hofstra Pride, baby. Let's go. Hofstra Pride is moving on. Tennessee taking on Miami, Ohio /SMU. I'm taking Miami, Ohio /SMU. Now we got Virginia taking on Wright State. I'm going Virginia here. I'm playing it safe. I know. I don't have Virginia going crazy. I actually do have Virginia going crazy for. Santa Clara taking on Kentucky. I'm going Santa Clara here. I really think Santa Clara's really got it. Iowa State now taking on Tennessee State. I'm going Iowa State. So that is my first rounder. Let me see if I want to make any changes. You know what? Wright State is talking to me. It's talking to me that I need to pick them. Now, looking at this matchup, I'm looking at a game that really I'm not going to pick right now. I'm going to go Virginia. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going Penn to beat Illinois. Illinois is going to lose in the first round. I'm telling you right now. There will be, I think UNC does make a little run out of it, but it's not going to be much. Okay. Now here's where I'm going to make my punishment. Okay. Hold on. This is a short video. Remember last year when I said UCLA? Roll the clip. Yeah. Pretty much went bad. Bad enough. This year, this team is better than they can be. Team that has pulled up a bunch of upsets. They beat Nebraska by 20 earlier in the year. This team made a run to the Big Ten. What was it? They lost in the quarterfinals. If you're not sold on UCLA 7 seed this year, I don't know what you're doing. So that's why I have them going to the Elite Eight. And I bet you a bunch of people are not counting me out on this one. This year, my punishment, listen, I'm going to keep it similar, not going the wings. I'm going the one ship here. Now, listen, I know UCLA really sold my bracket last year, and I'm going to the Final Four. I always have an upset to go there. This year, I'm going to say UCLA, if they don't have a run in them, I don't know what to tell you. This team is hungry for a big win, and trying to spoil a bunch of people's brackets, so that's why I'm not sold on them. I'm not sold on UCLA this year. Give me them to beat UConn in the second round, and then move on and beat Michigan State, and then they lose to Duke though. But that would be one of a great run out of them. So I'm taking UCLA to go to Elite Eight. The bet goes off if they don't make the Sweet 16. Fair enough? All right. Simple as that, honestly. I'm going to make another one real quick. If you're not sold on BYU this year, if you're telling me you have them losing the first round or the second round, you guys are crazy. Because I believe this Cougars team is better than ever. They have the best player in the NBA draft in AJ Debinsa playing this year. Listen, don't count me out. BYU has not had necessarily the best team this year. But if they can get a win in the first round and then they play Gonzaga, they can easily beat that team, and they can easily make that run. They're in a situation where they have the easiest spot to advance. And This guy, AJ DeBanza, is trying to prove himself why he's the number one pick and why he can prove people wrong. So give me BYU to go to the Final Four, baby. Let's go, baby. Okay, so now here's my upsets, I'm going to say, for this. Hold on, I'm just trying to make the brightness. Oh, there it goes. Okay, here are my upsets for round number 2. Obviously, I just read out 2 of them and made a quick Instagram video on them. St. John's over Kansas, I think everyone pretty much has that. Michigan State over Louisville, yes. Duke, obviously, over Ohio State. Florida over Iowa. Vanderbilt, Nebraska. UNC over Penn. I told you guys, this Penn team might make a run and get a win out of Illinois this year. Listen, this Illinois team is going to spoil a lot of people's brackets. This is a Penn team that's been very hot. Very hot. St. Mary's over Texas A&M. Listen, people, by the way, I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to make changes as my bracket, so probably not all this is going to be the same. Give me Houston over St. Mary's. So I just read out the teams going to the Sweet 16. Okay. Here is the Sweet 16 for the other side of the bracket. Arizona take on Villanova. I'm going Arizona here. High Point over Arkansas. Give me High Point. High Point is making a run out this year. BYU Gonzaga, just talked about it. BYU, baby. Purdue playing Missouri. I'm going Purdue, baby. Let's go. Then we got Michigan, St. Louis. I'm going Michigan here. Easy pick there. Akron taking on Hofstra. I am going Akron here. Then we got Virginia taking on Miami, Ohio / SMU. I think either of those teams will beat Tennessee. Give me Virginia to advance. Santa Clara take on Iowa State. One of the biggest upsets of them all. Give me Santa Clara. Santa Clara. Yeah, moving on. Okay. Now we go to the Sweet 16 and the dates to the Elite 8. Here is the Elite 8. Duke taking on St. John's Red Storm, the team I'm wearing right now on my shirt. Give me the Duke Blue Devils. Hate to say it in my heart, I really want to go St. John's here, but if I really want a good chance of making a really solid bracket, I got to go Duke here. Michigan State taking on UCLA. Oh shit, I'm looking it down here. Give me UCLA. They're hot. They want it after being UConn. Give me them. Next, give me Florida over Nebraska. Didn't mean to hit that. Vanderbilt over Nebraska. Obviously, just fix that. Give me Florida to beat Vanderbilt there. Then UNC had a fun run. Now they run into a Houston Cougars team that is very good. Give me Houston here. Without Caleb Wilson, that team is not going well. Oh, that was a Sweet 16. All right, here is the Elite 8 now to determine who goes to the Final Four for me. Out of the East region, Duke take on UCLA. They're the number 1 seed for a reason, led by another great guy in the draft named Cameron Boozer. Give me Duke to move on to the Final Four. Then we got Florida take on Houston. Florida's out of gas. Houston is not done yet. Give me Houston to win this game. They're in the Final Four. Next, we got Michigan take on Virginia. I'm still going Michigan here. Next, we got Arizona take on BYU. This game can determine if we have 3 number 1 seeds. I am not sold on BYU. Give me BYU and AJ DeBanza to the Final Four. So here is my Final Four. Duke take on Houston. BYU take on Michigan. I'm going Michigan to beat BYU. I think BYU's run comes short. Fun run, though. Duke take on Houston. Oh, if you're not believing If you're not believing, I just want to check. Oh, camera's kind of blurry. Duke will beat Houston here. If you're not believing in Cameron Boozer, all that good stuff, this Duke's team has been phenomenal. Now the final, Duke take on Michigan. Listen, I made a couple mistakes a couple years ago with taking Duke to win it all. This year, I am going my former favorite college football team, the Michigan Wolverines, to get the job done here in the championship game and win it all. That is it, basically. That is my bracket, guys. That's all I needed to do. We'll have a video talking about every other event in sports after on like Wednesday. I'll film on Wednesday and release it as soon as possible. Thank you guys very much for watching this episode of Dom's Pod. Like always, my friends, always my friends, stay legendary, and thank you for tuning in.